Hi, Kinder through First Volunteers. I'm so excited for another week with you guys, another Sunday to just minister to these kids. I'm so excited for September. Our whole theme is Live Bright. So we are going to be using a lot of lights, using a lot of light terminology, scriptures with lights in them, you name it. So our first thing that is up for the early arriver is you're going to be using a flashlight to play hide and seek. So you can turn the lights off, use a flashlight to find them, right? Make it interactive, make it fun. The next opening activity is going to be a game of bingo. So as you can see, they have a little bingo card they'll all get that are different. And they have the little bingo markers. And so what you'll say is you'll either say a letter L-I-G-H or T. And then you're going to call out a light source. So if you say like L light bulb, then that student would have it and they would put their marker on the light bulb. First one to get 5 in a row wins. Then we have large group, and then after large group, we're going to do a directed prayer for prayer time. So the kids will just repeat after you what you say. And then our most involved activity actually is going to be a lantern that's going to be built. So for this one, you want to make sure that you are prepped and ready to go. You know what you're doing because the setup for this can take some time. So you might want to help set it up before large group, right? One of the leaders takes that on. So you are going to be making these lanterns with the kids. They're each going to make one to take home. And this is going to be like their memory verse reminder throughout this month. So as you can see, there's a cup. Then there's 2 holes that are punched, and then they tie a pipe cleaner around it, and they paint the inside of the cup. And then after it's dry, they can put a tea light in it and see their lantern glow. So there is in this bag for you a tablecloth to put underneath where all the kids will be working, a paper plate for each kid to sit their cup on as they paint it, paintbrushes, the paint, all of the things. So basically, you're just going to be having the kids make these lantern as you're talking to them about the scripture, about the verse, and this is just a way to get them to know the memory verse for the rest of the month and have something at home that they can look at with them. All right, then next up we have Don't Hide the Light. So for this, the kids are going to be using Legos to build a city because you're going to be talking about how a city on a hill cannot be hidden, right? So we are going to have the city built out of Legos. Then you're going to read Matthew 5:14. You're going to ask the kids to imagine that the city that they built is actually real, not made out of Legos, right? And on a hill. And then you're going to ask them, why would your city be able to be seen for miles and miles? And they can say, because it's big, it sits on a hill, right? All those things. And then you're going to turn on a tap light, and you're going to place it next to the city that the kids built. You can use a tea light for this as well. You're going to have a volunteer read Matthew 5:15 to the group. Then you're going to give the kids a bowl and ask them to cover up the tap light with the bowl. And then uncover the tap light, direct the kids to pass it around as you read Matthew 5:16. So it's just a really fun way to show the kids that scripture lived out interactive. And then last up, this one is all about places to shine. So each paper in here is like a different place. You have school, work, all the things, home. And so you're going to tape these pictures around the room with masking tape. And you're going to ask the kids to talk about each place, right? So you're going to ask them, this is the place where you learn. And then they'll shout out school, right? And they'll find school. And then this is the place where you live, home. So they'll basically be looking around the room at all the pictures and trying to figure out what you're calling out. And so the reason we're doing this is because we're talking about how you can shine at each one of those places. So as the kid guesses home or school, then you'll say, all right, so how can we as Christians, live and shine at those places? Again, your personal touch is always welcome, as you can talk about how you've shined at school or at work or at home or at church, right? You can talk about experiences you've had shining the light of Jesus, because these kids look up to you, they admire you, and they learn from you. So I am so excited to see you guys again. I have enjoyed getting to know all of you as we've done our little get-togethers. I hope you guys have a great week. Let me know if you have any questions.